Welcome back, everybody, to Crush Improv plays Dungeons and Dragons. And tonight we've got everybody. Everybody. It's Al, it's Brooke, it's Dan, it's Jordan, it's Christine. How is everybody doing tonight?
Well, I've had some dark chocolate. So
oh, yes.
These are
healthy
dark
level
times.
of cadmium.
Yeah.
Dark chocolate times.
And I'm
She's
having English style ale from Salt Spring Island.
Does it have any dark chocolate in it?
Let's see here. No.
Excellent. Then I think you're probably in the clear. It probably does have alcohol in it, though, which could be an issue.
I'm happy to announce that I was the third string place kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs, and technically, I've won the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Congratulations, Jordan.
That's amazing.
I'll have a ring in the mail. I don't have to actually be with the team, but they have me just in case. So
powerful legs. Don't your legs weight like are 3/4 of your body weight, or just in your legs?
Just my right leg.
It's grotesque to see, actually, but impressive nonetheless.
Your left leg is withered.
Indeed.
Compared to the right leg.
To the right leg.
All right, let's improvise about D&D instead of this whole giant leg business.
Okay.
So when last we left our crew, you guys have had a very big fight, an ambush, one would say, against Jack Terrigali and his massive constructs.
But thankfully, we reached a diplomatic solution where we negotiated our terms and came up with a peaceful conclusion. Right?
Yes. I believe that's not what happened, but it's entirely possible that your memory is different than everybody else's. I'm just realizing there's probably no music playing, right? So
I was just going to message you.
No, exactly. And there's a bunch of people that aren't on the system. My goodness.
There.
All right. Let's go and get a little suspense music.
We'll just edit this part out.
What just happened?
I don't know. We're all just sitting.
I think Andrew's frozen though.
Oh, that's really bad.
This has never happened before.
I think we can do it without him.
Okay,
We
quick.
can totally do it without him.
Quick, gang. We've got to organize.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're the DM.
All right, cool. So yeah, you guys just finished your fight.
Okay.
What do you wanna do next?
Defeat gravity.
Rest.
Yeah.
Oh,
let's
you want to
do a
rest?
long rest?
Okay.
Nothing's gonna happen to us.
Yeah, well, there's a big, heavy storm, right, coming in. Lots of wind, some thunder and lightning.
We panic.
Yeah.
Nothing a Liamon's tiny hut can't resolve.
Oh,
My friends, enter the shelter.
Hold on, we got to put this thing together. Who's got the instructions?
I've never camped before. I don't know how to do this.
Okay, so you just take the poles, you put it through the loops on the tiny hut.
Yep.
Good.
And
good.
then we say bippity boppity boo. And it just goes.
Oh, it's one of those IKEA tents.
Yeah, I can't be bothered.
Hey, man. If it works, it works.
So everyone hop in for a nap.
Well,
Yeah.
look, while we're in the Lehman's tiny hut, I've gone through my pack and I've noticed that I have leather workers tools that I've never used. Would anyone like any leather work?
What does that mean?
I can make you anything out of leather.
Ooh, anything?
Hey, I've got some leather things that are called bracers. Do you have the tools to like monogram them?
Yeah,
Either embroider my initials or like
I do. Yeah.
stamp them. Okay, cool. Well,
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah,
here
there you go. Joe John, I've made you a leather tie.
Thank you.
Nimmerlian, you're getting leather slacks. You can
Thank
wear those
you.
under,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Glonda, you're going to get these leather jean suit. So it's got denim and leather.
It's
You may have
reversible.
How did you know?
Yeah, it's reversible.
Thank you for this gift.
A one-piece suit
Wow.
With-
One
with-
piece.
with padding, leather padding in the shoulders for protection.
One-piece suit.
Sweet. I am proficient in leather
And,
armor.
I also think this might be a good time to talk about Joe John's sword
Sure,
usage.
or we could
Oh,
talk
you-
about,
Do go
I've been
on.
noticing all these UFOs over at Orlane.
I think there's something a bit more important to talk
Hmm.
about. Yeah, you looked really into it.
I sure was. It was
I mean,
so thrilling.
I think you're the one really looking into Joe John's
Yes.
sword. Like you seem to be staring at it a whole lot.
I mean, it was told by us that it was Grazit's sword. Do you think bringing it closer to Grazit is really a good idea? I mean, my premonition, I have an idea that Grazit might actually take over the sword and thus take over Joe John and force him to begin to slaughter us. That is my deep fear. And remember, I have divination, and I am
And on the other hand, we may need that sword to defeat Grazit.
using his sword against him. And somehow my premonition just is totally wrong.
Wait, what's your premonition? That I
That
killed
you-
Tergar?
Kill Tergar with that sword. That you literally decapitate him, I believe.
And maybe that premonition is dependent on me getting rid of the sword. Sort of Oedipus thing. Maybe only by getting rid of the sword will I keep it.
Oh, now philosophy is an area that I didn't practice much. Have to think on that. That's an interesting point.
Look, I want to defeat Grazit, and I know this sword just absolutely laid waste to Jack Terragali and his goons. That's pretty proof positive for me that I am destined to own this sword and defeat hordes of armies.
Oh
With it.
no. Oh,
the other hand-
no.
On the other hand, you could be right.
All right, let's go back.
Listen, oh my God.
Should we take a vote?
Well, let me just say, as the person whose life is on the line,
All
I don't
right, am I
mind you.
back?
Whoa,
I-
please don't interrupt, DM.
I trust you, Joe John, with my life.
Well,
Whether
it may
you
come to
have
that.
the sword in your possession or not, I
Oh.
trust you with my life. And if this sword gives us a better chance to rid our planet of a great evil, then I say we keep it. However, I think it's also prudent that we keep an eye on you. And if you start to act weird, we get rid of the sword.
He already did. He was literally loving murder.
Yeah,
That's
I
not a
think-
Joe John thing.
I think, to be fair, I was acting weird. Galanda, do you have any?
I'm just so happy we're all together in the hut right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, by the way, we all tried to take a long rest, but I said it was very stormy. I played you for a little bit.
Oh,
And so we
very
went
good.
into the hut to protect ourselves from the storm.
And
Wait,
then I
what
made
Galanda just said is like totally what my mom would say in a situation. If we were having a big family fight, it'd be like, I'm just glad we're all together.
Yeah, I say, if you need it, great. If we need to get rid of the sword from you, there's 4 of us versus you.
We need
so
a
I feel
safe
like it'll be
word.
fine.
we need a
Yes,
safe
yes.
word, Joe John. So
So
if
my
we
My
say
safe word is I must kill Tergar.
It's a little wordy. Can you
That's
come
a
up with something a
trigger
bit
word.
shorter?
Kill
But
Tergar.
perhaps
Shorter.
if we say a certain word to you,
Mm.
you need to get rid of the sword. Because you might not have the mental faculty to be able to determine whether or not you're about to kill me.
Okay, let's do it password style, where you all come up with the word. I'll take off my headphones, and then you have to give me clues as to what that word is when the time comes. We can do it Wordle
Sounds
style.
great.
Okay,
How about the
Cool.
word is
We'll cross
javelin?
that bridge when we get to it.
Okay. So it is around maybe the equivalent of around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and you have just had your big fight. Just surveying the bodies, the skeletal crew have nothing but rags and weaponry, which is of no great standard. It's rusted and pitted. The giant colossus of the 3 of them, the 3 behemoth undead, whatever they were, that were Jack's pals, have just sort of imploded into a mass of body parts and also have no good stuff on them. Jack himself had a tattered cowl hood, and also had some a bit more higher quality. It formerly was higher quality leather armor, but it's hasn't been cleaned in a long time, so it smells bad, and it's got a lot of combat divots and such. You have no great urge to wear it. He does have a longsword, and he also does have one of the. I should say the longsword looks like it's probably the best thing that he ever owned, a quality item. Whether he purchased it or stole it, Glanda would probably imagine he stole it. And he also has a bracelet like the rest of you all, except for Gnorman have. So that is what you find when you do a cursory examination of bodies. You have, I think there was some talk of doing a long rest, and you're certainly welcome to do that if you want. But you tell me what you would like to do.
But it's also thundering outside, and we're now in Lehman's hut. Is that all
Oh,
right?
we have gone there. Okay, so where have you decided to set up the hut in this area, or because you had stayed before back at the Dwarven village?
No, I think we should probably go back to the village. Hey, things look
Yes.
safer there.
Let's go to the safest space.
Okay.
Okay.
But we also set up the hut.
Yes.
All
Is
right.
that
So you. Sorry,
Is that canon that we set up the hut?
I believe somebody said it happened, so they
Okay.
definitely happened.
As is the leather
Yeah.
goods I gave all of you.
Mhm.
Okay.
My leather slacks.
I used my leather working skills. Andrew.
We just didn't know if something was going to happen while we were
Ooh, wow.
long resting.
I know, right?
So we
okay.
thought nothing out pizzas the hut.
Okay. So, are you doing anything with these bodies, or you're leaving them all just outside this tower?
Oh, that's
I
an
don't know.
interesting question you've never
don't-
asked us before.
Yeah, I don't usually clean after myself.
Just let the. I
We
mean,
could-
you already
we
see
could-
birds circling overhead, interested in the corpses.
We could
Good
put them
photos.
into that room where the sword was, in case they come back alive or something. Can we chop them up to bits? I don't know. That's a creepy question. It's a creepy question you just asked.
Make
Andrew.
soap.
Can
burn-
we just
burn
chop
'em.
them up to bits?
can we make them smaller bit versions of themselves? Listen, it's up to you.
I mean, how tasty do they?
They look not at all tasty, decomposing bodies before and
Jack
after
doesn't
their
have
time.
anything cool on him, like the keys to the boat.
He has the keys to the boat. The boat does not require keys.
Right.
It also does not have the deed of ownership on the boat. All he had was his charm bracelet with his glyph that looks exactly like the ones you have, and a longsword of somewhat better than average make.
Better than what I have right now, other than the
Is
weird
it-
one.
Is it better than the one I have?
That's a great question. The one that Galanda has, yes, you would say it does have a keener edge and more elegant carving and such. Like the hilt has an ornate quality to it.
Is it cursed?
I don't know. maybe it is. Maybe it's not. It has just been in the possession of Jack Targali. That could mean anything.
Is it better than Jordan's?
Jordan's longsword, the one.
Yeah.
So that was formerly of Nimeralian, I think. And
Oh.
yes, Nimeralian's longsword, though nice, is not as nice as this one.
Do you want it, Joe John?
But you don't want it?
I'll take it. I just if you like having it, if you want the long sword, you can have it. But if you don't
If you
want
want-
it, I'll take
If
it.
you want a long sword, you can have
I
it.
just don't. You use it more. You're the tete-a-tete
Well,
kind of king, but I'm.
My longsword still is pretty good, so because it's got 1d8 plus 3 and a plus 6 attack bonus. So I'm not like bereft of longswords right now.
What's the stat on the new one?
Well, until you use it in combat, you don't know. Right now, it is the exact same damage die as you are currently using. Can be used the exact same way. Whether it has a bonus to it or not, I guess you'd have to whack somebody with it.
Okay.
Take it. Just
I'm
take
gonna
it.
take it. I'm gonna take it.
If you really want to know, you can hit me with it, and then I'll just give
Oh,
up.
where's the hut? Where?
Unless Numerian might have an identify spell.
I actually might, but I also might not.
Mm-hmm.
If that was a cantrip. Oh, I do have identify. Yes, I do. I'd have to use it as a ritual.
I'm
But I
also trying to
can.
just take a gamble here.
Take
No,
it.
I can do it. It's as a ritual. I don't know how long it takes to do it as a ritual.
As a ritual would do 10 minutes. So
Okay,
easily
cool.
something
But
you could
yeah,
do
I
within
can
your rest.
touch it, and then I learn its properties if it's magic imbued and how to use them, whether it requires attunement and how many charges it has. I learn if spells are affecting it, blah 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 blah. I should have done. I should do that to your angry Grazit sword too. Let's do a 2-for-1.
Well,
This is before a long rest. I have plenty of level 1 spell slots left. So why don't we rock it? I'll
Okay.
identify both.
okay. Well, I have already told you everything that you know about the Grazit sword. It's +6. It does an additional 3d8 acid damage on a successful hit.
Are any spells affecting that item?
Are any spells affecting that item? That's a great question.
Thank you.
I will take a look at where I wrote down all the stuff about that weapon, which is somewhere. Oh, I know where it is. It's in this section, just at the friggin' end of the document. So everyone's just gonna have to wait for me
Okay.
while I find it. Okay. No, there's no spell affecting it. And
What was this? What was the spell that created it?
An enchantment spell, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do know that you do identify its name. The runes on it glow, and you are able to decipher them. The name of the weapon is the Wave of Sorrow.
I hate it. Do I recognize that at all? Does anyone?
Is that Grazit's?
Wave of
Yeah.
Sorrow. Oh, the Wave of Zorro.
Got it.
Totally
Yes.
that, yeah.
It's so strange. That's the name of my jet ski I had as a kid growing up.
The wave,
Wave
of
of-
Zorro.
No,
As a
Wave of
kid.
Sorrow.
Why I went to Zorro.
The sword that Jack Terrigali had, that is now Delanda's property, is a +1 sword. It has no extra cool stuff,
Oh, wow.
but
So
it will
it's like
give you.
my existing one.
Is it an existing one? No. I think your current one's just a normal sword, isn't it?
The longsword, it's attack bonus +4 and it's 1d8 +1.
I'm just looking at your longsword. It doesn't say +1 on it. So,
What's the +1 mean?
oh, it's because you've got a bonus of +1 on your strength.
With an addition to that.
Yeah, in addition to that, so it would be another +1. So normally your attack bonus is a +4 because it's your proficiency and then your strength.
Mhm.
So the total of that is 4, and then you'd also add that +1 to damage. But now you get an extra 1 on top of that. So your attack bonus with this sword would be +5, and your damage would be +2.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I want it. Unless.
There you go. So you are inside Lehman's tiny hut. You are having your rest. You realize that it being 3 o'clock now when you start, your rest will, take you to about 11 p.m. So what you want to do about that, you can decide when we reach that time. However, before that happens, as you guys are chilling, relaxing, gathering yourself, studying your spells, talking, I would like you all to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Nah.
You all do get a +4 in addition to your regular bonuses because you are nearby to Junajaran.
We get a what bonus?
19.
6 plus
What bonus did we get? Sorry, I missed that.
11.
Being near Junajaran gives you
Terrible.
his charisma bonus, which is a bonus of 4.
Oh.
Is that in addition or in
Mhm.
place of our
No, in
regular
addition.
bonuses?
In addition to your saving throw.
I'm good then.
Cool.
I don't even have to calculate.
That was an 11 for me.
In total?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he rolled
a
a
2.
2, I think. Yeah.
Ouchie,
What is it,
mama. I got
25?
a 19.
17.
Okay.
Thank you, Joe
and what-
John. So we're
Yeah,
so
what-
close because we're on the hut.
Got a 22. If I get the bonus as well for being close to myself.
No, ironically enough, I don't.
I don't?
Oh,
Okay,
no,
so
no, that's
just,
not true. You do get. You do. I think we looked that up last time. I think you do get it as well. Or of protection creature, you must be conscious to grant this bonus. That is interesting. Oh yeah, whenever you or a friendly creature within 10 feet of you must make a saving throw, gain a bonus to the saving throw equal to your charisma modifier +4. That's pretty great. Yeah, I didn't know that you had to be conscious to make that happen, but that makes sense. All right, so we had over 20s from Christine and Jordan,
That's right.
and everybody else was under 20. Okay, first thing that happens. As part of your rest, Norman, I'm going to say that you have been checking in on Yellow Bells, and during the day or whatever, she has, during this whole period, been looking very poorly. She looks like she's been getting gaunt. She, as she has explained it, has been using her magical ability to protect you. This night, it looks like she is almost on death's door, and she is comatose.
Oh,
not responsive. She
Yellow
only
Bells. No.
Looks quite pitiful, really.
Is there anything we
That
can do?
is sad.
I don't know. Is there anything you want to do?
Can lay on hands. Is that,
It is
have hit
not.
points, right?
It is not technically hit point damage. It's
Yeah.
the equivalent of being exhausted.
What can you do for that? Just let them
Oh,
sleep,
I might have
right?
something for that.
Don't you just let them sleep?
Well, you could. Normally, they get a long rest, and you go down a step of exhaustion, but that does not seem to be happening for her because
Oh.
she's basically been doing one big old
Is that
long
the
rest.
only way?
For exhaustion, there are spells. The Greater Restoration spell would help on that.
Would
Don't
my
think that's
Song
one
of
you have.
Rest help?
It isn't.
I don't think so.
The Song of Rest helps with extra hit points, I think.
Hmm. Was it a charm?
Okay. Yeah, is there, I mean, if Yellow Bells is doing something to prop me up or protect me, which was the case in the
That has
past. But
always
I
been the
don't-
way, yes.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how to release her from that obligation.
Mm.
I can't remember if it's tied to a thing that I have.
It's because she loves
bracers?
you, Norman.
Right. Cool. Suggestions?
Well, this is our last night, like, hopefully, right? We're literally about to try to put Grazit back into his.
Spoiler.
Oh. Oh, stop! No.
Hey, wait, what? You're going to do that? God, what
So
news to
I
me?
feel like she isn't dead. So if we can do this, she'll be able to recover. I feel like she's put her last ounce into protecting you, Al, or Norman. So
Is this before our long rest?
This is during your long rest. You detect that she
So if we
is-
cast a spell now, do we regain it at the end of the long rest?
well, I have technically, yeah, I can do. Well, what are you thinking, Dan?
Well,
Yeah.
I was thinking of casting Lesser Restoration. I don't know if it'd work, but
Isn't that hit points again?
no, it
no.
relieves a condition.
Oh,
Yeah, it really. There are 4 conditions it can restore: blindness, deafness, paralyzation, or poison.
and exhaustion.
Or disease.
No, disease or one condition. The spell you want is
Yeah.
Greater Restoration.
Which I don't
Yeah.
have.
Exactly.
Does anyone have that?
It's a high level spell, so the odds are no.
Okay.
It is a 5th level abjuration spell, and
5th.
Yeah,
We're not there yet. What level do you have to be to have level 5 spells?
9, I think.
Wait. Oh, okay. I'm level
Yeah.
8.
I'm a baby.
So close. Problem is, I
Well,
don't
all
think
right,
that
fine.
I don't think that wizards get Greater Restoration. So
All right, that's enough. DM.
So what you're telling
Yellow
us
Bells and
is
I
it's
will just
over.
spoon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We'll just spoon for the rest of the rest.
He's doing the.
I'm the
He's gonna die even if you get a natural 20 trying to save him. He fucking dies. So stop. Stop
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing right now.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Just
what
like
I'm
when we ran
doing.
into that guy.
I
Exactly.
built the D&D system. This is my fault. Yeah.
I
Well,
wouldn't
I,
say
for
fault.
one-
I'm just saying your communication style.
Okay.
I will miss yellow balls.
Oh dear. Okay, so you spooned. Her whimpering is marginally comforted.
yeah. I mean,
Oh.
I'm the little spoon, so technically, we're spooning, but the Yellow Bells is the big spoon.
Trying to imagine that. Like
I'm just saying.
she's about the size
I'm
of
just-
half your arm. Like she's an action figure size.
Yeah, just like on my
Nice.
shoulder. Big
That's
spoon.
nice. Okay. Meanwhile, let's. So, Brooke got a 17 for
19.
wisdom. 19?
19.
Okay. You are in the midst of your meditation. You are considering what. Oh, you know what? Let's start with Dan because Dan botched really bad. So let's go with him.
I'm botched really bad.
Hey,
No, it
you
was
were just
embarrassing.
talking to me. I was very entrenched. You can't do that.
Okay, fine.
Go back to meditating.
That was such a bait and switch.
That's the nature of the game. No. All right, we'll go back to Nimralian.
Thank you.
No,
Just
hold
keep
on.
things-
Now you're being bullied.
You said you were going to go back to Dan.
Wow. I felt like, okay, I'm going to finally figure out what's happening to me, and that my rug has just been pulled out from under my feet. My whole world's
All right.
upside down.
All right, give Danny boy his talk then.
Okay.
I want to go first.
Nothing happens to you guys. For Christine and Jordan, i.e. Glonda and Joe Jondron, they have a very pleasant time in chilling in the Lehman's tiny hut.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
We're just happy to be here.
Yeah. Going back to Nimralian, and you are in the middle of your meditation, and a chill crosses over your bones, and you detect a presence. And you recognize that presence. You've encountered him before. Grisette is in the midst. And
You made it into the hut?
Well, maybe
Lehman's hut.
maybe not in the hut.
But
It's
in
when
your
you
mind.
yeah, when you open your mind, it's a desert.
Mm.
You are not in the hut. Your friends are not there.
How are you feeling, Grazit?
And he looks to you and says,
Well, I'm feeling very well, thank you.
Whoa.
Oh my god, he's pulling out all this stuff. this session.
Andrew.
That was scary.
We had no idea.
That was so creepy. Do it again.
Oh, well, yes. Oh, go ahead.
You are an annoying gnat snapping around at my feet. Why do you persist so?
Oh, something about saving the world and all that, not having eternal slaves. Most mortals prefer to have free will,
Ah, free will. It is an illusion. You of all should know this. What free will do we truly have?
Says the demon who's about to be put back into his cabin. Speaking out of fear, are we?
and he turns his head away from you as you say that. He says,
I come to offer you a deal. I only wish to be freed. If you free me, I can promise to return to my own plane.
Yes, now, I think you did this once before, Grazit. If I do remember correctly, you came into my dream, offered something similar, said that you've changed your ways. Isn't that right?
sorry, I got to turn off the voice when I describe as opposed to when he talks.
Okay,
So
good.
he looks really flustered and he says,
But I have changed my ways. Oh, you don't understand. I have been in there for centuries of my time. I have been pondering the very nature of existence. You will not believe me. I do not wish to be constrained in this tiny place for any longer. The very fates have granted me the potential to leave, and now you come back to reverse this What is this fate? How is this justice?
To send you back from whence you came. You are a demon, Grazit. There is a plane for you, and yet you want to be in a plane in which you are not welcome.
I'm not welcomed by you. There are plenty which welcomed me.
Due to your mind powers, you literally held corpses in front of us and paraded them around. This is not how we work here in this world, sir.
He leans down, looms a bit over.
Oh wait, you still sound like Grazit right
I
now.
know, I'm sorry, but I can't. What can I offer you? You know of my powers. Name your price.
Accept your fate, good sir.
And he looks at you, and you almost sense a forlornness in those eyes as the image drifts away and you return to your normal happy place.
Wow. Interesting. Ooh, I'm glad I failed my roll. That was cool.
Meanwhile, Dan, how does Turgar usually spend his long rests? I know you said you were leatherworking.
He did some leather working. He will, I think, meditate. He likes to go out often, right? If we're in a urban place, he likes to be in nature and commune with nature and the surrounding areas. So I think he would go sort of and just recharge peacefully.
Oh, so you left the tiny hut?
No. You asked what I normally do.
Okay.
I think he's meditating and just trying to. I think he's not a center of attention type guy. So he's sitting off on an edge of the tent and cross-legged and just recharging that way.
Okay. Well, you find your mind drifting, as often happens as you contemplate your place in the world and what you're doing here, so far from your comfortable places. And you find yourself not in the hut anymore, not with any of your friends. You are in a glade. And the noises of this place, the constant howls and cries of the birds that are seemingly chaotic and not at all in their nature, the sound of dusty wind rolling over the plain, that all fades away into normal bird song, into a pleasant sun that's fallen across, a dappled sunlight falling across your face. And you blink, and you're by a nice open meadow, and it's very calm and soothing. And you do notice that you do have somebody sitting next to you, and it's maybe a little less soothing now when you realize it's Grazit.
You.
Yes, me. Your friends are very close now.
Yes, we are, aren't we?
I wonder if there's anything that I could say to dissuade you from your current course of action.
If you could prove to me that you were no longer in our plane, that you had fled on your own accord, then perhaps we wouldn't have to go through with what we know we're going to have to go through with.
Have you any idea what it would be like to be confined into the smallest of spaces for what you would think of as a millennia?
Do you have any idea how much pain and suffering you have caused in our world? How many lives you have destroyed? You don't deserve any mercy. You deserve our boot into the mud, Grazit, and I'll be very glad to be that boot, smushing you into the ground.
He looks at you like, damn. And gives almost a shrug as you say this and says,
I thought more of you, Turner. I really did. Surely you can see that I have a greater agenda at play, a larger picture, if you will. The lives that suffer by any of my actions pale in comparison to those that would lead a gentler, kinder existence.
You know, Grazit, you have failed already in not knowing who I am or what I'm about. If you knew what I was about, if you knew what any of my friends were about, you would know that we were absolutely the wrong ones to try to rope into your scheme. We will be your downfall. You will suffer. You will die.
His teeth grind as you say this. You can tell that he's fuming, but he is trying to not lose it.
He says, there's no deal I can make, nothing I can offer to you that will change your mind.
No. In fact, the only thing I can offer you is an assurance that you will be shamefully remembered by your peers. You'll be laughed at and mocked for your inability to do anything. In fact, you're embarrassing, Grazit. I look forward to ending your story.
He looks at you and he's seething, and he says,
Tirgar, fate offered me a chance, a mere chance to escape. That you and your minuscule party seem to be hell-bent on preventing me from accomplishing. But if I should have that chance again, you have my word. I will see to it that I shall end you. And my story will be greater than any will have ever known.
See, he's changed his ways, y'all.
Yeah.
and with that, you wake up from your reverie and you're back in the hut.
Sick.
Cool. So you finish your long rest. It is nighttime now. The jungle is alive with the sound of birds that are mating with each other, possibly not the same species. It's very untoward. It's been freaking you out, Turgar, because birds are definitely a little bit crazier than normally they should be. And again, that dust, the sandy base that is sort of present on everything, has this glinty glow about it. It reflects light in a way that it really shouldn't. But being as the sun has now set, you don't see that as much. If you have any kind of light, like a campfire or a torch, it does glint, but otherwise not. So it is now 11-ish. It is now moving into night, but you are refreshed. What would you like to do?
Well, I think, can Nim suss out who else might have got, spoken to by Grazit over the night? Are Dan and I, are we, slightly more haggard or whatever it is, or?
I'm not sure that you're more or
Can I
less
do a little
haggard.
perception check then, just for funsies?
Sure.
Is it insight? What is it?
It would be insight, and it would probably have to be fairly high, but you've got a good bonus, so maybe
No, I
something will
don't.
happen.
I only have a +3.
Oh, I love it. Let's see what you roll.
She looks and she's like, everyone seems perfectly fine. So then
Well, I
she
think
just
Terragar is wondering the same thing. So Terragar is also going to do an insight check.
I am gonna actually
No?
mess
each other
you.
doing insight rolls? That would be a dead giveaway.
Anybody who wants to can. Brooke, I'm gonna say Nimmeralian thinks that everybody with that marvelous roll, everybody has been talked to in the same way by Grazit. In fact, you can't help wonder if maybe they have made some kind of deal. The deal that you refused to make.
Okay. Cool. I'll take it.
Okay.
I'd like to do an insight roll.
Excellent.
Seeing as I also had this experience.
Mhm.
So that would be a 23.
So you get a sense that Glonda and Jajandran are just fine the way they've always been. Norman seems to be tending to Yellow Bells in a very attentive way. And Nimmerilian, though, has a look about her that a little freaked out, maybe. I mean, maybe I'll let Brooke, I'll let you describe what that might be. But he is sussed out whatever you might be feeling.
Well, she's got cute little braids. Where is she? Here she is. She's got cute little braids on her hair. You can't really see. But I feel like she's twisting them. Kind of twisting them. Just that little tick that is kind of giving away that she's clearly like thinking.
Cerulean, did he visit you?
Yes.
Yes, he visited me as well.
And?
Did he? Well, I'm assuming he offered you some sort of deal.
Yes, of course. And
Yes.
I, of course, refused.
Yes, me as well. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Of course I did. You know me. I'm Tergar.
What you trash talk him and yawn in his face?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, look, Nimrilian, I hate him and I want him dead more than
I do as
anything
well.
else.
He continuously kept saying, and then she kind of like opens it up to everyone at this point. Grazit, in his visit to me last night, continuously tries to purport that he's changed his ways, and yet he remains angry, threatening. I mean, as a liar, he's not very good at it.
No.
It's possible he has changed his ways.
Ah! So you've made a deal with him then, Joe John?
Well, I would consider a deal, but no.
Ah! Take that sword away from him immediately!
The sword, I would make a deal with anybody.
Kill, there. I'm kidding. I've been sleeping this whole time.
Yeah.
And I slept like a baby.
Me and
He
Glenda
did.
had a
He did
great
at the
sleep
end after I
separately.
goaded him. He did threaten to wipe us off the map.
How
So there was that.
do
No,
you
mind
respond
you,
to
I
that,
did.
Joe John?
Well, I don't want to be wiped off the map. I think we should wipe him off the map, but
Okay.
I would at least wanted to hear what his deal was before.
Well, he didn't visit you, it sounds like?
No, me and Glenda slept great.
So therefore he did not offer you...
We made like Norman and Yellowbell and Spoon.
Oh.
Yes, we
Hang
made a
on.
little tiny hut
is that
inside
a
of the tiny
thing
hut.
now?
Not just for comfort. We've
That's
been going through
okay.
a lot. This
Yeah.
is more so
Okay, I
just like
wanted to
comfort.
check in.
We're just close
check in.
friends. We've been through a lot of stuff, and
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
kinda
I don't know. We
like-
had a little thing for a while, but then
No,
so
it's
I just
it's
checking.
just human physical contact. It
Yeah,
doesn't
I'm
have to be
just- I'm
anything
just-
Is that
beyond
the-
it.
Dude, it's
Sussing it
shared
out.
trauma. We're kind of enjoying each other's company because there's shared trauma
I'm just
amongst
this
us.
is an open, honest question, not an
Is
accusation.
that the
Is that
Lehman's
right?
wee hut that you used?
A very wee hut, yeah,
Very wee hut.
just for we.
Extra wee.
Well, it sounds like, folks, it sounds like Grazit is scared. He would only be using this tactic if he truly believed that we were capable of putting him back where he came from.
Well said.
And I am only feeling more charged up.
I agree. How did he sound, by the way? Cold symptoms?
Very nasally, very
Yeah.
congested.
Sound
Yeah.
like this guy?
Yes.
Cool. I met him in another campaign. Did not go well.
All right.
No, I
so
think he's
Wow.
running very scared right now, and I think it's
I still don't quite understand when I think about it why he was protecting us so much. Like, if he really thought that we were going to release him, why wasn't that his... Like, because we got those bracelets early on that protected us from Grazit. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean he gave them to us. The orphans gave them to us to protect us from Grazit, but we don't know if there was a link there. But, like, why were we his chosen ones when he knew we were going to try to kill him? Or, like, you know, like, I just don't understand.
Can we
the
go
reasoning
back to the
there.
very beginning when we got to Salt Marsh? We had all had dreams about what the bigger story here, right?
Mhm.
I had dreams of a land in peril, a great evil sort of lurking. So we were summoned here, whether that was by Grazit or whether that was from that team with Lady Tolliver and company. Where we were
Tolliver
the-
and Company.
Tolliver
Like
and
the
company.
movie.
I have no idea what you're talking about. There's a movie called Tolliver and Company.
It's Oliver and Company.
Oh, Oliver,
with the little
yeah,
orange
yeah.
cat.
Yes,
and
yes,
it's-
Um,
Billy Joel, I think, right?
That's right.
but that's interesting what you're bringing up.
Yeah, just that we've been so revered by his mindless followers as folks who, and it was all misunderstanding. Like, why did everyone think that we were there to do well? Even Jack at the very end, just totally convinced that we were on his side, and yet
Completely
every
shocked.
time he visited us, he continued to threaten, mock, instill fear, it's just strange.
It It might just be hubris.
Yeah,
Like,
I've read
really-
it that way.
I'm more of a scientist than an author. You remind me what that means.
Just
His
he
ego.
had ego,
ego.
and
Okay.
confidence that
Freudian ego. All right.
yeah, that he would be able to convince us to do everything that he wanted up until the point that we release him, that we're the only people capable of getting him out of the ziggurat and then sending him back.
He maybe
You know,
knew
it's-
that we had been
it's-
summoned. Sorry, Norman, go ahead.
It's kind of like Joe John's hubris that he knows he will not destroy Tergar if the opportunity comes
That's
up.
a little different. I
Um,
don't have hubris.
and he-
with that.
Oh, okay. So I guess I just misread that whole situation.
Yeah, no, I will not kill Tergar. My sword, that's extremely powerful,
Okay.
has no sense of danger to it. I'm totally in control.
Well, I'm
The
convinced.
safe word is Orlane. I want a safe word before we do anything. Orlane is the safe word.
What
If we say
happens-
Orlane, you got to drop that sword.
Can we practice? Can we do a couple rounds of practice?
Okay.
Pick up your sword.
Ding.
Orlane.
Or lane?
Kill Tergar.
Oh crap! All right, not gonna work.
I don't know what came over me there. Sorry.
I'll make sure I'm standing away from you.
Yeah, let's just always put someone between me and Tergar. Norman?
Right. I'll be that. I'll be the sandwich.
Yeah, I'll also be the sandwich. But,
But-
here's the thing: you guys can just swing above our heads.
Right.
That's right.
So y'all had dreams. I didn't have a dream.
You didn't?
I feel a little left out actually.
Well, if you let Bluebell die, you probably would have dreams. But let's not have that happen.
I didn't have a dream.
You're just very wise.
And
I would
Jojo, you
know
didn't
those.
have a dream. No.
We just
Wiser than us. Well, what should we be doing here? I think we're going to be heading out to the ziggurat. Do we wait? I think till light to do that, right? We don't want to head out in the dark.
No, I suppose darkness wouldn't be ideal for many of us. I do have dark vision, but that wouldn't be sufficient.
So do I. But
What
yeah.
what happens in terms of darkness and your range of your ability to do spells, right? Doesn't it like half or something?
Technically, you all have dark vision because
Oh.
you are a gnome, half elves, elf, and dwarf, and all those races have dark vision. So
So we can see 60 feet.
yeah. Beyond that, it's it fades off to blackness. So your effective range is 60
Goes
feet.
down
But we
to
could
60.
go
So that
if we
does
want.
that halves and sometimes a third cuts down my range. Because I have some spells that can range 150 feet, 120 feet. So it'd be better, and yeah, it'd be better to give me
Wait
that range.
till light.
It'd be
Okay.
better to have that range.
Okay.
I also have a couple things that I'd like to try to do before I actually remember we talked about trying to do boosts beforehand, and the DM got all heavy on the concentration spells, which was very reasonable.
Yeah,
So I did actually find a couple things I could do. So I could do the mage armor for Norman to give him an extra AC. I can give myself false life, which gives me some extra hit points, and that's good for a whole hour. I also can do Expeditious Retreat, which would allow me to do dash as a bonus action for a whole 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
None of those are concentration spells. I can also do See Invisibility and Mirror Image. So I want to do all those things. I want to make copies of myself. I want to see invisible shit. We're going all out for this last one. So when we get to where we think we're within minutes of that battle, like, those are the things that Nim has got on her mind. And she probably explains that to everybody in like a little battle tactic. Like, these are the things I want to get started with before we even begin. And my assumption is as well, he's going to pull up minions. Like, he's going to pull up undead people. He's going to pull up meat people. It's not just going to be, 5v1. It's for sure going to be lots of little minions. So things that can do multiple spans of hits. Slowing people, stopping people, cursing people will be good too.
Okay.
I can also cast, like, how long would it take for us to get to the temple?
Oh, it'll be 20 minutes.
And by car?
Shorter. You need an all-terrain vehicle, though.
Is
No,
there
but-
a Waffle House between here and there?
Yeah, but it's the low season in these parts, so not as popular.
Yeah, I have Pass Without a Trace, which might save that for once we actually get to the ziggurat. I'm assuming there's going to be a bit of a dungeon complex in there, right?
Just rolled
Matt,
my
I can
fortune,
cast
that's
on
all.
all of you so that we are essentially invisible.
Super stealthy.
Love it. I'm in.
I've got
And
some
then I
a
can
lot of
see
natural
invisibility
super
so that I
stealth.
can see everybody's invisibility.
Is that on the group or is it?
I can also be invisible if you guys want me to
Yeah,
hide.
radiates from you
Yeah.
from 30 feet.
Yeah, anything that
Is
you
there
can
anything-
do
yeah, can we spy?
that isn't concentration and that lasts for more than a couple minutes is a good thing to do to like buff.
But if I was
Isn't
invisible,
cheesy.
that's best for like stealthing. But the second I do any attack, I'm seen.
Oh, you become
true.
visible again? Okay.
Yeah, so
Well,
it's
but
mostly
at least
for
it
like
counts for like
creeping
your
around.
first shot.
Yep.
Okay, well, first things first, having done a long rest, you can reset all your hit points, all your spell slots, all of your key points, inspirations, all that stuff gets reset.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's dark, but I'm going to say there's a full moon out tonight, because that's an auspicious thing.
Well, the storm ended.
No. In fact, it continues to rage on around the island in the distance.
Oh, right. Okay.
But in the center of the storm, all is calm, except for all the animals freaking out in the distance. So yes, the where you are in the dwarven village is there's a scrub on the ground, and some of the pathways are, they're just dirt pathways. But you did notice when you were at the fallen tower that the sandy texture of the ground, the cracked earth, has this particulate that seems to be reflecting the light in a very strange, particular way, which the moon is also going to pick up if you are heading towards somewhere near there, like, I don't know, the ziggurat. But I'm not going to tell you what to do. What would you like to do?
I want to get sneaky.
Well, let's
So-
wait until it's mostly light, right? Shouldn't we wait a bit longer?
Okay, so you're going to wait until the morning?
I think so. Unless the moon, did you just say that the moon makes it light?
No, it's still, you'd be using your dark vision. So I'm just saying that it is, it's light for auspicious purposes only, not for
What's the
gameplay
advantage
knowledge.
to waiting?
I would,
Several more
right
hours,
now, right now, if it's dark, I won't be able to have my full
Yeah, that's what I mean.
150.
What's
Oh.
the advantage to leaving early? I don't know that there
Oh.
is one. We're here. We can tell
Be
some more
scared.
stories. I can make
Yeah.
a bit more leather goods for you.
I was
a
like actually
nice-
hoping, could you make these slacks are great, but they're a little tight. A little tight. I was just hoping that maybe you could make a leather-bound belt for my wonderful book. Just
Yeah.
like that would be. I would
Mhm.
prefer that. Oh.
Could you make some tiny armor for yellow bells?
Oh, yes.
yes.
Yeah.
I love the way he gets when he's doing leather work.
So before you know it, it's light time. The sun has risen across the expanse of storm in the distance. But yes, it is now light. And
All
part-
decked head to toe in leather garments.
yes, marvelous what you
Toys.
can accomplish in such a short time frame.
A leather Ferris
A lot of
wheel in the
fringe,
middle
a lot of
of the
fringe.
dwarven village.
The leather
there
cod piece is
anywhere-
especially fetching, Tergar.
The what?
The leather cod piece, it's especially fetching.
Where can we get some coffee equivalent?
You brought some with you.
Oh, thank gosh.
Yeah.
Just grinded and having some leather coffee.
Yes, you need to
Makes
make a
me
leather
filter.
working roll to make coffee. You so yeah, you refresh yourselves. You find yourselves maybe a little bit nervous for what you are anticipating doing today, and but you're still able to swallow down your morning ration. That little bit lighter in your pack now, a little heavier in your stomach. I'm going to say that one insight roll maybe still is bothering Nimmerilian. Not quite sure what everyone else's status is.
I think
where-
she's
where they're at.
at this point. I think she's still a little here, like really nagging about Turgar. Like I think she believes that the other ones hadn't been visited. Like Turgar kind of, but she's still kind of just like, oh God, but like Turgar did talk to him, and he's very kind and caring. And what if? So yeah, I think that's what's going through her head.
And maybe also that maybe Jojandron is very interested in that sword. Is he fingering it more than usual? Is he practicing it with it in a way?
Yeah, every now and then she just goes, Orlane! Just to test him.
Orlane!
But soon enough, you all catch yourself giving each other glances. Are you refreshed? Have you eaten all you need to eat? And you've run out of things to procrastinate.
Before we leave, I find this really awkward doing this, but I think we should. Could we have a group hug before we leave?
Uh-huh.
Galanda and I have already had a couple group hugs this morning.
Now,
the two of
that's a
us.
recent development, really.
Oh
I don't know
God!
what you mean.
Nima,
It's
give it a rest.
I'm just. It's
You've been distracted
just a
by
simple
your
question.
book of erotic
It's
stories.
Simple question. It's just a simple curiosity.
Okay, here we go, everybody. Go team!
Nice. And Tegar's head falls right off his shoulders. Oh, I'm just kidding. So
It wasn't a hand at all.
it was a sword. What? So you make your way after striking down your camp, putting stuff away. You make your way over to the ziggurat, and I will change scenes.
Boy, this is a beautiful ziggurat. It could make a nice cottage, I think. Maybe we could. Once we kick Grazit back to his plane.
I still can't hear the music. I reset it, but I still can't.
What's that big
Music
black
button.
square?
I did.
Oh,
The big black
refresh.
square.
I did.
Well, there's a big black
I
square in the
have
map.
no
Is that
other
blacked
option.
out, or is that just not moving
Hold on.
properly?
It needs to be in the right place. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh,
phew,
Peaches
that's
there.
close.
Oh, what's that big thing?
The music happened.
Is that a rock creature?
Yes, it is. Maybe I can
The
do
guy from
that.
Spider-Man.
try it. There we go.
He's
Just wanted to
moving.
make it move. Well, no, I wanted to make it move so we could actually move
Oh, and he
the
looks
scene
so
for the viewers.
friendly.
It is okay. So when you get there, the area is scrubland. It is basically nothing but dust and sand. The track that you're walking on is all too familiar from your initial dreams that some of you had of the ziggurat, and it looks exactly like it is in your dreams, except for the left side of the temple-like structure appears to have shattered or undergone some sort of devastation, and all that you can see is a pile of rocks and gravel that have emanated down. It seems to list slightly. You sort of parse this with your view of the fallen tower and think whatever cataclysm hit this area took down the tower and damaged this side of the ziggurat. There are 4 small, 10 by 10 columns that you can see on each corner, about 40 feet proper, and one of them is also extremely damaged. From this left side, you can see faint purple-violet smoke just sort of seeping in a very slow haze, emanating out from underneath those rocks. But yes, what does capture your eye is a giant stack of what appears to be rocks, made from the same stone that has been mined from this area. And it lumbers across the field. And as it approaches a rock, it will literally, it's a humanoid form, but it almost doesn't seem to have a face or arms or anything like that. But it would lumber over and pick up this massive boulder and slowly walk it over back to the left side and place it down in what seems to be a very specific place.
Sorry, it's placing it where it's been damaged. The ziggurat's been damaged.
Yes.
Okay, so I wonder if this is a protective.
Just as a heads up, I can only see 3/4 of the ziggurat. I can't see the top left.
I would
But
refresh.
But I can see to the right a little room with purple in it and 4
Yeah,
rooms.
shouldn't be
off
seeing
to-
that.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's why I'm
Yeah.
letting you know that those are things I can see and can't see.
Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna tell him I could see the thing I knew I shouldn't see.
Yeah. Well, I can't see the thing I'm not supposed to see.
There we
Excellent.
Yeah.
It's working
Everything's
for
better
some
now.
people. That's great.
Should we take our break
Yes.
before we move
I think it's an
on
excellent
to the
idea.
next thing?
go. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna go kiss my puppy.
Mhm.
Okay, we will see
That's
you
a you,
all
isn't it?
in 5 minutes.
Bye.
Welcome back
I
from
sound
our
normal.
intermission. Yes, you sound fine. Having fun with voice effects since 2023. So, you guys are now standing in front of the ziggurat with a giant stone creature. And it should be also noted that there are more than a couple of corpses and bones and such in the area. They have more than a passing resemblance to the large creatures that you were attacking with Jack Terrigal. The chair recognizes Christine / Grolanda.
For the love of God, let me do a stone cutting check on the bad guy.
I don't know that he's bad, by the way.
I don't know. Is it appropriate, do you think? It is made of stone, so I guess that follows, sure. Stone
you
cutting
used the
it is.
word stone
I
and
did.
rocks when you were talking
I
about
did.
it. Amazing. This is
Well,
so
let's have it.
exciting. I've never done it on like a living being before.
Mm-hmm.
18.
18. This is familiar in a way to you. This is you think that this is a stone golem. This is a creature used by certain of the dwarves to aid in construction of large structures, and clearly was used in the creation of the ziggurat. So definitely, you don't know much more about it than that, other than it's definitely of your people.
Are we in a desert area or a swampy area?
Deserty.
Deserty.
Yeah, definitely.
So
It's
I
extremely arid.
I can tell if he's a good guy or bad guy. I just know that he probably helped build everything.
You would know that it is.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have an obvious assignation. It is, and that it probably would respond to command words, but you have no idea what those would be.
Is it worthwhile trying to see if we can?
No, it could be through me. The range is 120 feet.
Cool.
Yeah, do that.
Okay, that way it doesn't know where it's coming from, but it is
Yeah.
aware now that there's something there, and we could check that out. Okay. What should I say to it? We come in peace? Is that
We come in
too
peace?
on the nose?
When you come in pieces.
Oh, that's
Come in peace, and we're here to assist in that. Oh, I don't know.
We want to
Maybe
try
we just
and
want to find out what
assume
it's
a
doing.
command.
yes.
Like, what would Grazit say?
Speak
Kneel.
your
or-
purpose,
I
or
don't
something
know.
like that. Like reveal your purpose.
What's your deal?
What's your deal? I think that's pretty reasonable. What's your deal? We're all feeling good about what's your deal.
I like what
All
they
right,
do,
I
yeah.
send a message. What exactly is your deal to him?
Okay, you send that message as it's trundling sort of westward with this massive boulder in its hand. And it doesn't even stop, and a message comes back to you. It says,
Following reconstruction parameter.
Okay, a reconstruction parameter.
Okay, so if we cross a line, he's probably going to be alerted.
I
and
can
weird.
ask that. Cantrips can be fucking.
Do it.
yes, they do not consume spell slots.
Okay, I can just say, do those parameters include defense?
Defense parameters also initiated.
Ah.
What did it say? Defense? What?
The defense parameters are already initiated.
Who is permitted to pass the perimeter?
Yeah. Okay, something to that effect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
either that
just
or
like who?
knock knock.
Well, I don't know if he's in the mood for a joke.
Got it.
Um,
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, maybe some type of a question of like, who are the defense protocols for?
You're asking who are the defense protocols for?
Something like that. Like who triggers the defense protocols? Like, is there, you know what I mean?
I think you need to be very exact about what you want to say.
Can I jump in? Can I
Of
do
course.
a minor illusion and put like a critter or like little guy or something, just like crossing him to see if he reacts or it.
Well,
sorry.
You
I
sure
feel
can?
Like, yeah, you could.
Can you make it
Like
look
a little
like that guy
Pinocchio.
who was
My
tagging
only
along
fear
with
is
us
that if
for a
we
while?
provoke him, can he turn off? Like if he destroys the. Okay, let's just.
I mean, it's
how to shut him down? What are your deactivation? No, he's not going to tell that. That'd be too easy.
You never know.
We could just say,
Well, you
could
asked
we
nicely.
pass?
Ask him if we can
Requesting
pass.
permission to pass. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Requesting permission to enter the ziggurat and re-secure it.
Permission denied.
Hmm.
no more bracelets.
Yeah. Why?
Nice.
There is no response.
Okay.
Who who is permitted to pass?
Okay. Who is permitted to pass?
Construction crew 732A.
That's us.
That's us.
What a coincidence.
Uh,
Construction
Were
crew
those-
7328 reporting for duty.
Dwarves.
Do-
is
yeah,
it a
do I
name tag
recognize-
that you need?
Do I
We
recognize
can go back to
that?
the dwarven village and
Because I'm a
get
dwarf.
paper.
You you know that they would have segmented themselves into crews, but you had no basis for understanding how that would work here.
How much
Yeah, doesn't ring a bell
longer
to you.
until you have fixed the ziggurat?
Process ongoing.
That is not an answer.
He
and
works for the city.
I would not give you marks on a test.
He works for the city.
Yeah, he has to find a shovel large enough to lean upon.
Can I?
What
It's like-
are your defense protocols?
He's made it here by now. What are my defense protocols?
Protocols. Your security clearance not recognized.
Is
I think
true.
it's time for us to go and take this guy
Do
out.
you want to try and sneak by?
We could also charm him. I've got charm person memorized right now.
Do I have like
Thought I did,
anything
but
in
I
the
didn't.
back of my mind of like I know who he is. He's a legend, or it. Sorry, and like me being a dwarf, do I have any traits that I could be using here?
Yeah, your 18 kind of gave you that. You maybe haven't seen one of these before, but you are aware of them, and you know that it's like basically it's this time the dwarven equivalent of a crane. Like you would set one up so that you could do some heavy lifting, and it's clearly showing off its ability to do that. But this isn't your field of expertise. You went off to pursue music and sailing,
True.
not mining and construction. So it's like that thing, you probably saw them when you were growing up, but maybe you even saw a dwarven mage controlling one,
Mhm.
and you know it was with command words, but you don't know anything about how this one would be controlled.
Never mind then.
Yeah, can we distract it?
Well, let's do the illusion that Alonso
Okay.
was suggesting.
Mine?
I'm gonna do a minor illusion.
Cool.
Yours, okay.
What is the
Maybe
illusion?
Alf. Can you have Alf run up the steps trying
Sure.
to get in?
I'm gonna have Alf running to go up the steps.
So unfortunately, your minor illusion is stationary for a
Okay.
cantrip.
Fair. I'm gonna have Alf standing behind him, the stone figure.
Okay.
We'll get it
And
to
by
move away
behind,
from the
I mean, like,
stairs.
Yeah. Not behind him as in he can't see it, but like
Mm.
crossed whatever threshold. that they
Maybe
might
you
be.
should ping where you think it should be.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Excellent. You cast your illusion. It appears, and it takes absolutely no notice of it. And it continues to trundle on with its giant boulder in its hand, moving towards that pile.
I launch Petrie into his field of view.
Anyone getting sort of a spy balloon NORAD kind of vibe?
How topical.
I'm just getting information for my citizens. That's all I'm doing right now.
Petrie flies right past and it takes absolutely no interest in it.
What will
Cool.
you do if we enter the ziggurat?
Let's go.
Defense protocols activated.
Let's go.
He
We can
wants
deal
us
with
to
this
fight.
guy.
Yeah, Petrie didn't provoke him.
So you don't want me to cast the Pass Without Trace?
What if? Oh,
Sure,
what's
I
that?
think you should. Let's do it.
Note to, sorry, can you move Petrie where you want Petrie to be?
Yeah.
I'm just getting close.
was-
Anticipating.
Invisible? Could I pass them? Do you know?
Are you asking me to tell you?
I guess you can't tell me until I do it.
If that's where Petrie is, then it has no interest in Petrie whatsoever.
Okay. What if Petrie goes there?
It lumbers on westward.
She moves forward to the top.
Okay.
She goes here.
At the top, you see, maybe I've even smartly written something. You see a 20 by 20 room. There's a circular pattern in the middle of it. There's a small pedestal in the exact center. Attached to this pedestal is a chalice. It appears to be made of a clear, it's glinting in such a way you would think it's crystal, perhaps. Can't really tell much more than that from where you're
Is the
currently
chalice
at.
empty?
The chalice is empty.
I was gonna think there was like one of those Harry Potter moments where you had to like drink all of it from the chalice.
Remember we saw the schematic in the Dwarf Town that chalice has to be filled with blood in order for us to...
It does appear to line up because I'm sure that Neuralian would have looked at those notes.
It
It has
says
to be filled with blood in order to enter the. Wait, hang on. Don't we just have to fix the ziggurat? We don't have to go in the ziggurat. We just have to help fix it.
Mm.
No, wait. We have to do that speaking with a spell thing. Where do we have to do that? At these little four corners where there are four corners around it?
Tolliver had mentioned going inside the ziggurat.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
and the note
Nim would have known
was
that. My Brook brain
the
forgot it.
schematics for
I
the
think-
ziggurat. The schematic shows blood going into a chalice, which will trigger a stone staircase.
Well, how about this then? One of you let some blood into one of the many vials I have on myself. Petrie will send it over and
Or if it
put the
me-
vial into the chalice.
Hmm.
I'll do it.
Great, I'm game.
Great.
What about-
Petrie
and this is
flies
gonna
back.
sound-
Nim
okay,
takes out all of her
never mind.
vials and like hands them out to everybody.
Okay, so whose blood?
Nim suggests everyone, except
Oh.
one person, in case it's a curse.
Yours.
Shotgun, me first.
Do we still have Yellow Bell, who's not really doing anything?
Oh, not that poor girl.
Yellow Bell could probably fit in one of those test tubes. So explain to me how you're getting Petrie to do this again.
So everyone is letting some blood from a minor cut that is healable. Like we're not doing anything like,
I can use my sword to cut everybody.
Oh, that's what we're laying it right back.
Good.
We'll just
Or Lane. Or Lane.
Mm,
and then Petrie's gonna hold 'cause she can't hold a lot, but she can hold a little vial, so she can go back and forth as many times as needed to slowly fill this chalice.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay.
I'm okay.
I've
imagine
got really stealthy
Should be in
boots.
this
Like
area.
I can super sneak.
Yeah, just look
Be
for it.
real
It's a little
fast.
bottle.
Okay. If you're just having Petrie fly this up and holding on to I don't know if bats have feet claws to
They can hold very little things. Yes. Yeah.
Is a vial filled with blood? I mean, we're getting into swallows carrying coconuts territory here.
I don't think this is a coconut and a swallow at all. She's a massive bat. you
Depends
know?
on what kind of swallow we're
She's
talking
like
about.
she's bigger than many like songbirds. She's bigger than a robin.
Cool.
She's like more like a raven in size.
Okay, I will fly with that then.
Haha.
So, thank you. So, whose blood goes up first?
I
Me.
believe it was Gnorman.
Okay. Petrie flies up to the chalice. I'm sure other lesser DMs would make you roll a whole bunch of stuff for this, but I'm just going to assume that Petrie is able to do it.
I greatly appreciate that.
Pours the blood into the chalice. It gloops into it, and nothing happens.
Okay. She comes on back with an empty vial.
Okay. And who goes next?
I will.
Okay.
I will be right back. I just need to make sure everything's okay.
Cool. So Petrie flies right back up, pours the blood into the chalice, gloop, 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 and ka-chunk. And stairs are made out of the... I can even just unhide that. Does that work? Is it different than the other one? Yeah.
I'll reload.
Kind of, yeah. Anyway, assume that it is. It is now a circular staircase
I see
descending into the depths of the ziggurat.
Cool.
What should I be seeing here? I just see a circle thing
Yeah.
at the center. Okay.
It's a circular staircase.
Yeah, okay.
If a rock monster is gonna go around the corner, walking full perimeter around
Rock
this,
monster.
once he turns the corner, should we just make a break for it up those stairs?
Yeah, look where I am.
You've snuck
Look
up
what I
behind
can
a
do.
tree.
Huh.
Oh, wow. Well, you guys can continue to move yourselves. At its current place, it sets down this boulder and is mashing it into a hole. It does not fit especially well. You have a sense that it's going to have to find lots more boulders to put into this place.
Well, while it's preoccupied, I'm gonna make a break for it.
I will watch.
Yeah, me too.
We'll bring
Yeah.
Brooke up to
And I-
speed. Tergar's blood activated the staircase, and the stairs
Poor
descended.
Norman, this kid is just getting
It's the red
caught.
sash. It's the curse of the red sash.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Okay, so
Uh,
Gnorman's making a break for it. Okay, we'll stop
and I
right
have
there.
My stealthy silent boots on.
Sweet. Roll initiative.
Oh,
here we
no.
go.
All of us?
Yep.
Told you we
Oh.
should have turned around and went home.
So wait, where are all of us?
Where
Aren't
are
I
all
still
of
where I
we?
started?
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, you'll note that Tergar and Glonda and Norman had snuck themselves up there.
Okay.
10
Well, I
plus
rolled.
2, so 12.
Pretty poor.
So I can't buff. You're cruel.
Norman, in characteristic Norman fashion, said, "I am just gonna book it."
Fuck. Okay. It's
Yeah, that's
13
our Norman.
Plus initiative. Okay, 15.
Let's give him a name.
Stony Stormerson.
Petrie
had a
would
guy
be
like
where
that
the
in my high
chalice is
school.
at this point.
Okay. So, technically, what activates here is the Stony McStonerson going when Norman hits those first steps, and that is going to trigger his infinitely held action, which is going to be... All right. Norman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's going to make an attack roll. And if he hits, you're going to have to make a strength saving throw. And we're saying that you got your. Sorry, did you go through with the mage armor thing that Nimralian was suggesting?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm rolling public, and I'm adding 8 to this, and that is a very healthy 27. Okay, so he hurls a clay glob at you. And it splats on you. It doesn't actually do any damage. Well, that's kind of nice. But you can make a strength saving throw for me, please.
This won't be good. 4.
Yeah, so you didn't pass that one. You are covered in a glob of clay, and you feel yourself slowing. For this turn, you are half your movement, and you feel it solidifying as you go.
Right.
So now we can go into initiative order. So we'll start with Nimralian.
Okay. What does she... Okay, so he's made of stone.
Mhm.
Does she know what stone doesn't like?
I will give you an Arcana roll to see what you remember from that section in your classes about golems.
I haven't been rolling super well so far. Oh, good. That is pretty good. I'm going to add Arcana to that. What did I say? An 18 there? 26.
So everything.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you know that they are pretty damn tough. They are created through spell. They are definitely resistant to most weapons, certainly most ordinary weapons. This one's obviously made of stone. It's I'm trying to see what's relevant for what you want to know. You know that it obviously is responding to a set of pre-programmed instructions. It has very little intelligence. As for this one, you get a sense it's super tough. It is probably immune to most attacks and effects concerning the mind. And yeah, is there anything specific you want to know about it, other than what I've
Well,
just
I
sort of
think
blathered
she-
on a bit?
Well, yeah. I mean, when you think about it, we don't really want him to stop people from doing this. Like, it's good that he's stopping people from doing this. If anything, I just want us to be able to get into the ziggurat quickly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where did Jordan go?
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't see him run away.
He's still right next to you, it looks like.
Oh, no, in Zoom. He's not on the chat. He's not here.
Oh.
Yeah, we lost him. Hopefully he comes back.
Because I think Nim would rather him continue to protect than destroy an obviously very strong protector.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything, she would
On
probably
its
just
side, just doesn't
yeah,
know
she
it.
would probably just try to use Misty Step and get inside and go down the stairs and just I don't know. I think it's
Does
like
Misty
that...
Step only help you?
Yes.
Because I could use, this is where I could use Pass Without a Trace on the entire group. And it's within anything within 30 feet of me that I choose, we get a +10 to stealth.
So I'll give it to you that that would be real handy if he didn't already see you.
Okay. Thank you for not letting me burn that. All right.
And he's not a person. He's a thing. Okay, yeah, I think that's kind of what she kind of wants to do because it's like fighting good. You don't really want to fight good. He's just doing his job, and we screwed up. I mean, again,
Well,
if
and be careful with the
Tolliver
word
could have
we.
fucking given us a bit more of a freaking heads up. Been like, here's the
she did a
password.
shitty
blah 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 blah
job.
blah. She did a really shit job, I think. Just kidding. Okay, so cool. I think she wants to Misty Step her ass out of there. So 30 feet is all that she can Misty Step, but she can certainly run before that. So let's just see. Where am I? What's 100? So how far can she run before she does a movement?
If you want to be with Tergar and Galanta, I'm going to assume John probably does as well. Before Norman said, "Screw it, I'm off here."
Okay.
I will let you be there. So you could be anywhere
Okay.
up by that tree if you
And
want to start your
can
movement.
how far can she run before she does an action? Oh wait, I know that. Just a second.
You know that.
I will look at my handy dandy sheet that will tell me that information. 30 feet is what I can run.
Excellent.
Great. So, okay, so I'd be 20 feet short then if I did that. Unless I cast instead Expeditious Retreat rather than that. That spell allows me to move at an incredible pace, and when I cast this, and then as a bonus action on each of my turns until it ends, I can take the dash action.
As a bonus action, I think.
Yeah. So how
Yeah.
about I do that then as well, and then I fully make it.
Okay. So first of all, where are you starting from? Because I have you right now at the sort of baseline. Are you going to take me up?
I've moved myself to the tree.
Okay, I didn't see it because who designed this stupid system?
Jordan, you're back. Just to let you know, I was the only one who noticed you were gone.
I've got an idea. I have an idea.
Nothing big happened while I was gone.
All right. Well, move yourself where you think you can end up then.
So she would like to try to. That's 45 and that's 80. So I think her idea would be to run here. Whoop. Misty step her butt from here to. It has to be here. I think.
Yep.
And then bonus action her ass. I'm assuming it's in here where you can move.
Okay, except that I think Expeditious Retreat is bonus action in and of itself to cast. So you couldn't use a second bonus action to do the dash.
I didn't dash.
Well,
Oh
bonus
wait, what?
So
You don't
Expeditious Retreat.
you don't get the thing on your turn. You just get it next time.
And then as a bonus action on each of your turns until the spell ends. But because it itself is a bonus action, I think that means that, yeah, that first turn you don't get to use it.
Then I don't want to use it.
Well, okay. It can be like that. But yeah, you can certainly get to that point, having run and then Misty stepped.
Okay.
All right, I think you've done the whole move action bonus action, so let's move on to
I
Tergar.
also just realized that Misty Step is a bonus action.
Well, there you go.
So there we go. Can I dash and then Misty Step?
Yeah, so you could
Great.
move, use your action to move, dash, and then do bonus action move. So
Perfect.
yeah.
So there we go then. That counts as me getting in there.
Okay, so you do get to the top of the stairs. It would be an action to, or a full move action to descend the stairs. So you're at the top of the stairs right now.
Understood. Okay. Petrie and I do a little high five.
Yeah, slappity slap. Next up, Tergar.
Okay, so I'm going to start by moving myself here, which is my full movement
Mm-hmm.
of 30 feet. Then I'm going to cast Wind Wall.
Tell us what Windwall does, Dan.
So Wind Wall is going to create a 50-foot long, 15 feet high, 1 foot thick wall made of wind. And I am going to have that wall, Andrew, start right here. And see, so that's 20. So I think that goes, I'm going to have it go to here. I think that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah, that's so starting here to the tree that I believe is 50 feet.
So it's 15 feet wide and 15
feet high.
high.
50 feet, 50 feet wide,
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, and how wide?
And 1 foot
1. Okay.
thick. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll just make it boom
It's
like
thick.
that.
Yeah.
Did that work? Probably not.
Not
Stupid
where
system.
I wanted it, but yeah, bring it down to the tree.
Hold on. Maybe I can make it work. Oh, you wanted it at the tree? Sorry. Like that?
Southern end. Yeah, that works. I was going to have it a little bit closer to him,
Okay.
just to cut off his angle.
Yeah, I see that it's messed up for our viewers. Oh, there we go. So you wanted it to basically be an interposition between you and him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So-
with my bonus, I can't convert bonus actions into movement, can I?
Not unless you got something like Expeditious Retreat, which totally would let you do that.
I do not.
Yeah. So unless you want to do anything else with your bonus action, I think you're done.
Well, I'll just with my bonus action, because I didn't say this of Elvenkind hood up. So that if I do come, I'm going to say if I do come up, if he does gain visibility of me again, that I'll be harder to see.
Okay. Galanda goes next at 10.
Hi.
Make a break for it. Go,
I'm gonna cast invisibility.
Nice.
And then I'm just gonna walk my distance as close as I can. But I will be invisible.
All right. Well, because you're invisible naturally, we have to give you the ghost icon.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And where do you want to walk to? Move to? Oh, cool. That's your turn. Anything else?
No, I think that's it for me.
Cool. Next up is Norman, who has to make another saving throw. Strength saving throw. You can move at half your speed, by the way. But
Yes, but I make the saving throw before even that.
the two are unrelated.
Great, cool.
Yeah.
11.
Cool. Fail.
Mhm.
So yeah, you feel it hardening and getting harder, but you are still at half your movement.
This mage armor Nim gave me, is it like a physical armor that this clay would be stuck to? So like if I peeled the armor off, am I taking the clay off?
That's a great question.
It says it's a spell. Oh, the spell ends if you don armor, but that doesn't matter.
Or if you
It's a
dismiss the
protect-
spell.
It says it's a protective magical force that surrounds you. So is the clay on the protective magical force or on him? I mean, that's
Yeah,
getting a bit-
D&D, it doesn't really split hairs that much. I will give it to you that you think that even removing this armor or your clothes or anything is not going to stop this.
Cool. Will I at least take the water skin I have in my kit and I try to like splash it on the clay to keep it from hardening, and drying
like it.
out, and see if that prolongs my ability to move real quick.
Is this magic clay or is this just clay?
Well, it's hard for you to tell, given you are, well, you're right there. Give me a nature check there, Dan.
Oh, I get to do this out of turn?
Yeah.
That would be a 17, I think, for me. Is my nature 8? No, it's 3. What did I roll?
9.
A 12.
Well, all you can say is it doesn't look like any clay you're familiar with. And you see Norman splashing himself with his water skin and blopping it on. You're not sure whether it's had any effect. But you can still move half your movement if you want.
Right. Okay. Well, I will move half my movement. I'm going to. How far is that? 15, I guess.
We go up the stairs. Yeah.
I'm going up the stairs. Yeah.
Okay. You trundle along, clay sploppy footprints following in your wake. It is now Stony Stonerson's go, and he.
Can I bonus action?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Hang on. I've got is it evasion? No. A patient. I'm gonna spend 1 key point to take the dodge action as a bonus action.
Excellent. Excellent choice. I've got to make a quick roll to see if he gets something back. And he does. Okay. So he is going to try and crash through that wind wall, which I believe means he has to make a saving throw.
Didn't know that was even possible.
Well, you make a wall, When a creature's in it, within the area, they have to make a saving throw or take damage.
Strength saving throw, and if it fails it, then it takes 3d8 bludgeoning.
Yeah. The wind keeps fog, smoke, and other gases at bay. Smaller flying creatures can't pass through it. It is definitely not small.
No.
It is also not a creature in gaseous form. Arrows, bolts, or other ordinary projectiles launched at targets behind the wall are deflected upwards and automatically miss. Boulders hurled by giants or siege engines and similar projectiles are unaffected. So, yeah.
I mean, the freaking... Of course, that's written in at the end.
Literally written in.
I didn't read all the way through.
Okay.
So he won't even take damage if it goes through.
No, if he goes through, he'll have to make a saving throw.
Okay.
Strength being, of course, his best statistic. So yeah, let's have him do that. He gets a +6 on this.
Oh,
What do you have as a spell DC?
My spell DC is 16.
Well, he fails, so he'll take your 3d8 damage.
Oh, sweet. Well, sort of sweet.
Sort of sweet.
15.
That is nothing small. Okay. I just have to do a little math here. Okay. And he is on that other side, and yeah, he is going to throw that glob of clay at you, Tergar. What is your armor class, please?
15.
He rolls and adds 8 to this. He gets 17. So you take no damage, but you are going to make we'll do it now. Make a strength saving throw for me, please.
A what saving throw?
Strength.
My strength is...
I'll give you the duck.
+2, right? Yes. 6. That's what a great roll.
Yeah, get those high rolls out of the way. So you also feel that clay solidifying around you and getting crusty and hard and slowing your speed. So you're now currently slowed, and it is getting harder. Finally, we have Jojandron going at 1.
Should I do anything, or should I
like
just
so
nothing?
far away? We said that he had moved up with
you could be
us.
by the tree. I'll move you up by the tree as well. That's where everybody
Well, I
is.
don't know if
Yeah,
I
the poor
wanna be
guy's
by
like
the tree.
200
Okay, maybe I'll put you right back down. I'll put you right back
let's
down.
say I'm by the tree. I'm by the tree.
Okay, all right.
Look, I got no sort of stealth thing. I'm a big guy. I got a big sword. I'm just gonna either stay put or go to the stairs. What do y'all think?
Book it.
Okay, let's do it. So
All right.
I can go 35 feet. I should have just checked. I think it's 35.
I think it's 30 for you. And as you move, and then if you want to just keep on running, you can use your action to move again.
Okay, you're right. So I'll do 30. 2 here. How come it's not? Okay, there we go. I'm here. I'm very close to the dude. Does anything happen?
Nothing happens.
Okay, great. And I can go.
Probably
I can
because he's
move
already
again?
done his action for the turn.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if I was within his realm of whatever. Okay, so I can move again, Andrew.
Yeah.
I'm going to do 30 again. I'm going to stand right next to my buddy Gnorman.
Thank you for checking in, though. Yeah. Nothing happens to you as you wander up the stairs, clunking away in your plate mail.
Okay, perfect. That's what I was hoping.
Excellent. So that takes us to the end of round 1, into round 2, back to Nimmeralian at 15.
I go down the stairs.
You go down the stairs. All right. So you, what happens is you enter into a hallway, which is unlit. You do see torch sconces. The interesting thing about this hallway is that it is descending and curving. So you find it slowly curving in a clockwise way as it descends. This moving down this hallway takes you effectively out of the combat. So unless you want to come back and do anything to help your friends, I'm going to say that that is where you are. If you ever want to change your mind, let me know.
Nimmerillion!
Hey.
Nimmerillion!
Okay. I'm assuming we all talked about how we're all just gonna book it, so she doesn't have.
Yeah, but Norman
I mean,
and I are in trouble.
I can also send Petrie out and around. She can stay up there technically and stay in combat.
No,
That's true. Yes, Nimbralian and
elf left
Petrie.
behind.
The duo that has not really had any use. Now, Petrie can, as I remember with her find familiar, it says that appearing in an unoccupied space, they have the statistics of their form. They can act independently, but they obey our commands. They roll their own initiative. They act on their own. They can't attack, but they can take other actions as normal. When they're within 100 feet, you can communicate with them, blah, 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 blah. You can see through their eyes. You can temporarily dismiss them. Oh, come on. Isn't there something about... There we go. Finally. When you cast a spell with a range of touch, your familiar can deliver that spell as if it has been cast by you. They have to be 100 feet from you. So it's not like I'm going 100 feet deep into ground, right?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'll let you know when you feel that connection tether disappearing.
Okay, and it must use its reaction to deliver the spell when you cast it. If the spell requires an attack roll, you must use your attack modifier. Okay, cool. So for funsies, I'm gonna roll her own initiative real quick. So
Okay.
it might not be as good as mine. She got just, I don't know if she has an initiative, so let's just give her 17. I don't know. Is it mine?
Initiative is +2.
Oh, wow. Okay, so 19. It's pretty good initiative.
Pretty great. Top of the tops right now.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Knowing that, I will literally have to think. I have to read through this to see if any of them are even touch base. I doubt any of them are. So let's just skip to the next person. I'll speak up.
Excellent. The next person would be Tergar.
I do want to ask, when he threw that at me, did my elven cloak not work?
Apparently not.
Stupid cloak. All right, well, let's start by move. Actually, wait. Before I move,
Oh, you'll want to make a strength saving throw for me, please.
21.
Okay, you find purchase. You're able to sort of wriggle away from some of the mass. You're still slowed. You're still operating at half your movement speed, but you seem to have found a way. You have a sense that it's possible to get out of this. It's almost like you need to make a certain number of strength saving throws to escape it.
Gotcha. All right, so let's go. Now, if I move the half distance and then I were, let's say, to get rid of this thing, movement?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start by moving 15 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like lesser restoration in this case might work because it does. This is kind of a form of paralysis that we're experiencing. Maybe. What does the group think of that?
The group is probably on your side. I will also give it to you, in fact, if you want to choose to do that.
I will cast lesser restoration on myself.
Okay. The duck is removed. That's not concentration, though, I think. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
So yeah, the clay sort of wallows away and splatters onto the ground beside you.
Okay. And then
You get the remainder of your 15 feet, your additional 15 feet.
Right. So that would be just here. So Norman, depending on, you're going to try to move, I think, on your next turn. But if not, I'll cast that again on you.
Okay, that works.
If
I
we
might
need to do that. Yeah.
If anybody has any bardic inspiration, I might be able to use that for a strength saving throw.
Would do, but not my turn.
What do you know? It's Galanda's turn.
Okay, will
Oh! And remember, we have our charm
You're
protection.
invisible. You can do whatever you want.
do. Sure can.
Oh, you don't have that. That's right.
I'm gonna move
Mhm.
to be closer to them.
Okay.
That
Go for it.
cool. So that'll take me, I think, here. And then if I do my bardic inspiration, I'm not gonna be invisible anymore, eh?
It is not an attack, so you're fine.
Okay. Peely, peely, wow. I'm gonna give it to Norman
Ooh,
because he
I feel so
asked for it so
good.
kindly.
It's so good.
All
Feel
right,
inspired.
mark it off.
Yep.
I believe that's a bonus action, so you still have an action.
I'm good unless I can do like an extra movement, but I don't think I have that.
That is exactly what you can do. When you
Okay.
use your action to move, you get another move.
Okay, then I'll do that.
So move another 30 feet. Or sorry, 25, I think, for you.
I have little legs.
Your little legs.
Did you like literally sort of climb up onto Norman's back and
I'm like
Gulp
a
yourself
ghost
up
right
the-
now. I just walked through you guys.
ooh.
You feel
You're just all
a-
gonna go.
you feel a cool wind go up your spine as Glanda wanders by you.
Ooh.
Next up is Gnorman.
I feel that chill, but also inspired at the same time.
Excellent. Let's start with you making a strength saving throw.
I figured, and so, so does that? Do I roll it? I forget. If I use that
So-
inspiration,
So no, you roll your die 20, but you can, after you've rolled, if you haven't made it, you can roll a die 8 and add that on top using
Got
your
it.
inspiration.
so 12
Did not make it.
plus 8
Well, it's a D8, so let's see what you get.
plus 6,
Plus 6 is a
so
total
18.
of 18, which does not make it.
Oh, come
Ah,
on.
shit.
That was a good roll.
That was an
I'm
amazing
sorry.
roll.
I'm sorry, Glanda, wherever you are. I can't see you, but
You tried
thank you
really
for trying.
hard,
You
Andrew.
tried really hard.
He's been
Sometimes
doing
the
I
DM
can-
plays by the rules
D&D
and it's not
week
fun.
after week.
So I can still
Also,
move 20.
really, really tiny side aside.
Of course.
Jordan, is this the first time that we're seeing you without your mustache?
Oh.
In quite some time.
You're right. I shaved it at the break. You didn't notice. First half, I had it.
All
Andrew
right.
brought it up when we started. Yeah, it's gone. I
Okay.
got rid of it last week.
Wow, you look so different, and yet I recognize you. So I don't. Well, wow. Okay, I noticed.
Okay.
It's like- it's like-
Important note, at the end of Gnorman's movement, you feel the clay completely harden, bringing you to an absolute stop.
Ooh, at the end of Norman's.
That's great. So yeah,
Ah.
I don't think there's
And-
anything else I could do.
Well, that's cool.
Okay.
It's now Stony Stonerson's
Can I-
turn. Oh.
Quick little aside.
Go.
If I'm being me and Petrie is flying there, Nim saw that.
Yes, definitely from where Petrie is, yeah.
Okay. And does she know anything about that?
I'm going to suggest that you just know that it is not normal. It is definitely a magical effect.
Okay, I'll think about it more.
Okay. It is Stony Stonerson's roll, time to move, and he, of course, now I got to tell you, I have to roll a die to see if he regains that ability, and he's rolled it every time. So yes, of course, why wouldn't he do that again? He is going to charge up those stairs behind you, and he launches this thing, and he launches it at Tergar, and it
Again?
yeah.
I'm wearing the elven cloak.
It's almost like he sees right through it. It's crazy. It is also area of effect. So Tergar, Jorjondron, and Glanda, incidentally, even though he doesn't necessarily know that Glanda's there, are going to have to make strength saving throws.
I
Oh,
have inspiration
God.
Actually-
left over from the last session. Do I still have that?
Yes.
Thank you.
Actually, wait one. We'll see if he hits Tergar. That's the first thing that has to happen. So,
And I'm
if-
going to use the charm protection. This is a saving throw, right?
eventually, but let me see if he hits you first. He's going to roll and he's going to add 8 to this. Yes, he does hit you with a dirty 20. So no damage, but you are again encased in this clay. Now Glanda and Jorjondron can make their strength saving throws.
I rolled a 10.
Okay, not enough. You are blobbed with that clay. How about you?
Do I have advantage because I'm invisible?
And it's an area of effect, unfortunately. So
But I'm
it doesn't-
invisible.
You're invisible, but you are still there.
I also have a carried over inspiration. Can I use that?
Absolutely. Let's get rid of all these inspirations.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So I get to use 2?
You get to use 2 and take the better one.
Come on, Steen.
Oh, they all suck.
Oh,
Oh dear. All right. Well, in
Well,
addition to being
inspiration,
invisible,
thank
you are also being encased slowly in clay.
So
How
we
about you?
took 2 turns for that to work? Is that what we saw with Gnorman? He hardened in 2 turns?
3
Oh, it was
saving
3
throws.
turns. Oh, okay. But it
Mhm.
also halved his movement.
Does have your movement. What about you, Dan?
well, I'm using my inspiration.
Let's have it. Are you using the charm as well?
Oh,
Yes.
for
Oh,
fuck's
come
sake.
on.
Not gonna matter. Okay, so yep, still wearing duck. All right, you guys are encased in this glob of clay. It's slowing your movement. It is Jojandron's turn.
Okay, so I'm globbed, but I
You are
still have to
globbed.
keep moving
We
forward.
need a long rest again after this.
So I can do that.
Yeah, you can totally move.
How much can I move?
It's half of your movement, which I think is 15.
Oh,
If you
15.
choose not to act and just move again, that's another 15.
Okay, great. Well, that gets me to the big hole. So, oh no, just short. I think.
Just short. Yeah.
Oh. Should I attack Stony Stonerson?
Can you incapacitate him in any way?
I can use my
Rather than
big
causing-
evil sword.
Well, rather than causing him hit point harm, can you
Yeah.
do anything that would prevent him from taking action?
I can. Put
By
him-
the way, this thing is about 26 feet tall.
right, that's tall.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
No, probably not.
His sword his legs
it's
off.
9:59, so I'm just gonna go.
Is Jordan exceptionally quiet for everyone else, or is it just me?
It's a little soft.
Have I been like that the whole time?
No one said anything. Jordan, I'm the only one in your corner this whole night.
Yeah,
Make that very clear.
Yeah, it's only Brooke. The rest of us are not in your corner right now. It has
That's
been
right.
quiet since we came back from break. I just
Since
didn't
I'm the
wanna
DM,
I just didn't
apparently
wanna
I have
make
to
you feel
be-
bad.
Have to be against you completely.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I moved. I'm done.
Excellent. That is your turn.
I just really love. Thank you, Al. Al's just speaking for the people, and I just wanted to appreciate that to me specifically.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't see anything.
Well, he was just telling me what's happening in the YouTube chat because
Oh,
we need to be up to date. And apparently, I do get to do the dash with my initial Expedious retreat. So thank you, Daily Dice.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's Matt's opinion. I've been looking at chat, so maybe we'll have a heated discussion about that later.
Ah. Well, Matt, thank you. All right, fair enough. Thank you for sharing that, Al. Okay. Crap.
What are you going to do? Petrie.
Oh, right, it's Petrie's turn. Okay,
Yes.
so I truly don't have any touch spells at all because I'm such a wuss. I don't.
Don't want to
Learn
get
them
in there
because I
and,
try to
and
stay
bounce it
away
up.
from-
Yeah.
So worth thinking though of doing some touch spells, like I don't know, in the future and using Petrie to my advantage. That's something to consider. Yeah, he's not a person, so I can't charm him. I can do mirror images, but so he obviously ignored the illusion though that Christine did. So like that's not really worth it.
you have restoration stuff to free us from
Don't.
the.
I could come up, cast Wall of Fire, and then come back down. It's a level 4 spell though that I'd be using.
We may need to rest because I will have lost all of my level 3 spells by the end of this. Potentially, if I have to
Alright,
cure.
well I can stand at the
Jojo.
top of the stairs, and then cast it, and then go back down this. No, wait, are they each going up and down? Is that an action apparently?
It is your movement action. So if you want to come back into the fray, it would be your movement.
But
And
what
you
I'm
would still
saying
have you would still have an action. I'm assuming you're torn between vaulting further back down and these
well,
stairs.
she can hear the
The
sounds.
kebab, yes.
Yeah, so I think she'll try to do the wall of fire moment then, just to, because I think that he'll want to barge through it, but it'll also prevent his view from throwing more globs. So she'll try to cast it there. Like, wait, I can.
60 feet long and a foot thick. Okay. So
How
let's
tall
see.
is that wall of fire?
I
Buddy
don't
is
remember how to
26
ding.
feet.
I completely have forgotten how to ding.
20 feet.
do you
Tall, I think. You click on the bell and then click where you want it.
Okay, I did it. That's where I want it, please.
Yeah, gotcha. That's more or
Oh
less.
no, wait.
what-
Well, I want it on him as well. Like I want it to hit him, and then he has to go through it. If that makes sense.
Okay. Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Fafoom, you cast your wall of fire, so he has to make a dexterity saving throw. He'll do half of 5d8 damage, assuming you're casting it at, well, you can't upcast it anyway, so you can roll your 5d8. His dexterity is not great.
Excellent.
-1 on this roll. On your spell DC, which is, never mind, he rolled a 4, so he clearly failed that.
Okay.
Let's see. And oh, he has advantage on that, so I'm going to roll that one
Excuse
more time. He has an advantage on saves against magic.
Oh,
So-
good. Still useless.
Still a pretty bad roll. So you're still doing 5d8 damage.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 30 damage. Wow, 3 8s.
Wow.
That's pretty great.
That's pretty grand.
Okay. You do that damage. You do anything else?
Tiny dust crumble off of him, like, or nothing.
From your vantage point, and I'm going to suggest you can barely see where you just threw that, given that that slants down, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. It seems to blast up, and it makes no discernible reaction whatsoever to what you've just done.
Solid.
That was Nimrillion. Tergar goes next on 12.
Oh, but I go back down. Don't I have a bit of movement left, or is it all?
Do I have to do a
up
strength
and all?
saving throw here?
Oh.
Oh, but I have my expeditious retreat, so take that and suck it. I'm using my bonus action to get back downstairs.
All right.
Right, Matt? Yeah. Also, it's 10 o'clock.
It is. I figure we finish this round and then we'll wrap it for the evening. Does that feel fair to everybody, or does everybody just want to go now?
I'd like to get to that stairwell.
Let's start with you making a strength saving throw.
Oh, wait. I remember that he rolls a 16.
We're using a portent already, are we? I love it.
Well, I don't know. We might need to do a full rest after this.
Yeah,
This
we
is
really
crazy.
might. So I just rolled a 16.
That is what you just
16.
rolled.
Okay.
Add your strength to that.
Your strength saving throw.
Yeah.
No, you. What she's saying is you rolled a 16.
Oh, I
Because
thought you
she's-
said
she's
you wanted
giving
me
you
to
a-
roll that.
No,
No,
she's giving you a
have to
portent.
now add your
Oh, good.
strength
Well, thank you,
saving.
because you could see that would have been much needed. I
terrible, yeah.
misunderstood. That's weird. They keep going low. Okay, so now it's my
Right.
turn.
So what is your strength saving throw
what was-
bonus?
Dan,
Oh, fuck. I thought you weren't doing that. I thought I just
Dan,
rolled a
what is
16.
your strength
Plus 2.
saving?
Plus 2, so you got an
Plus
18 total?
Yes. Sorry.
I'll tell you that the difficulty on these is 20. So that is why, even despite Norman's marvelous 18,
So
he
I
did not
rolled,
succeed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't-
Oh, I didn't know that he had rolled an 18 and not succeeded. I wouldn't have done my portent. Fine. Thanks for the information.
It's
Yeah.
happened enough times that
Killing
you
me.
figured
You're
this out.
killing me.
All right. So again, you familiar to this. You feel it's slowly starting to harden, but you still have movement because this is only your second roll on this.
That was my first roll on it. Right? Or no, the other one counted.
Yeah.
Was that a success on that first one?
I don't think
I don't-
No, that's
or
where I
no,
rolled.
yeah, Tara
I
did
used
succeed.
inspiration and I rolled like a 2 and a 3.
Yeah, it was pretty potty. So yes, you've rolled twice.
It was pretty potty.
Okay. Well, so I can move 15 feet still.
hmm
Okay, before I do that, I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration on
Okay.
Glonda. She's stuck, and I'm not going to leave her behind.
don't think you can see her
Oh,
because she's
no.
invisible.
Okay.
Which I think cuts both ways, unfortunately.
Okay.
Can you do it on yourself? Since
then
you're
I'll-
closer to being
Well,
harmed?
I can.
Okay, I'm going to say this. If Glonda wants, she can be, quote unquote, visible to Tergar.
You know Matt's watching, and you know that he
I-
would.
You probably have something to say about this, but the condition is basically attack rolls against you have disadvantage. So if you're not attacking Glonda, like I have a sense that you, as working as a team, know your movements and such. Like, and plus she's been right there. So
Yeah.
basically, what do you want to do to Glonda?
I'm
I'm
casting
a
lesser
pile of
restoration
mud.
on him.
Okay,
Okay.
I think that is totally fine because you're not attacking her per se.
Okay. And then I am going to move here.
The duck goes away. Okay. It is now Glonda's turn.
So I'm no longer.
You're free to move.
The clay sloughs off around you.
Amazing. I can go straight here, right to the steps.
Okay.
Woo-hoo.
You tumble into the staircase. Norman on
Hooray!
7, currently encased in hard clay.
And it's as if I use stillness of mind, which can end an effect on myself, causing me to be charmed or frightened. But that charmed is not. It's not regular clay, but
yeah.
it's still clay.
You're neither charmed nor frightened.
Can I do a second bardic
Yeah,
inspiration and send it to Norman?
Yeah, you didn't use your bonus action. Sure.
Here you go.
Sweet. So, but I'm already stuck. I don't need to make another strength saving throw.
You
Oh.
can continue to make them. It's just after failing 3, you are paralyzed.
You're stuck too, right?
Jojo, myself, and Norman are all stuck.
No, Dan, are you officially full on stuck?
No,
No,
I have
the
one
next
more
time-
roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then should I give it to you so you get out? Like to
I'm
end.
the only one who can cast Lesser Restoration, which actually seems to end this
Mm-hmm.
this condition. So
Mhm.
maybe give that to me.
You want bardic inspiration?
Well, I'm just worried because if I don't make it on my next roll, then it's going to be you and Memorian that are going to be tasked with killing that thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you can
The
have
rest of
my-
us will.
I'm inspiring you.
Okay. So back to Norman then, whose turn it actually
I'm
is.
gonna. I guess. Can I cast Radiant Bolt on Stony McStonerson?
You sure can.
All right, so I have no choice but to just attack.
Zamo. Okay, let's see it.
Oh, cool.
Jeez.
2 plus 7, so 9.
It blasts off. It looks pathetically small against the giant 25-foot tall stone monster that is lumbering up the stairs towards you.
Man. And then
You do have a second attack if you want.
do anything. I can't take out my quarterstaff and smash it against my own clay encased body to try and break free.
That would be the strength saving throw part, yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, got it. God damn it. And I can't dodge while I'm encased in this.
Yeah, you're paralyzed, which means if he actually wants to beat you up, he's going to be doing it at advantage.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I don't know if there's anything I can do. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm done.
Cool. You struggle encased in clay and look on as Stony Stonerson mounts the steps. And he gets to there with his 20 feet of movement. But he does have pretty amazing reach with his weapon attacks. Yeah, he'll do that for sure. Why not? Okay, he'll do one attack on Turgar and one attack on Norman. So these are at +10 because he's crazy awesome. So 16 on Turgar and 24 on Norman, which I think hits both of your ACs.
Hmm.
And this is going to do a little bit of damage. So get ready. On Turgar, you take... Oh, we're really... I didn't see anything. Did anybody see that roll? I don't
Nope.
think so. Let me try it again. I heard it. Okay. Oh, that's not so bad. 11 points to Turgar. And on Norman, it is 15.
Okay.
As these massive boulder arms collide with you.
This is all a dream, right?
Oh, absolutely it is, yeah. That was his go. We'll end our night with Joe Jondron at 1. Oh, you start with a strength saving throw, please.
A strength saving throw?
Yes.
How's my volume, everybody?
It's really
was-
good now.
Decent. Yeah.
Okay, I changed the settings.
Has anyone noticed that Brooke is quieter than Jordan?
Strength. So that's 11 plus 3, 14.
And you do actually... Oh. If you're within 10 feet of Joe Jondron, you get +4 on your saves. Has that made a difference to Turgar?
Yes, that would have saved
It
mine.
would have saved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are freed. Norman, in the end, didn't make a saving throw because he didn't
Might
try
have.
and escape.
Right. Yeah. Because what's the point? I'm a -2.
Oh.
But for Jordan, so you get +4 to that saving throw of your own. But what is your strength saving throw that you add to that 11?
3.
Okay, so that made a 14, made it an 18 total when you add up your totals,
Sounds right.
which is not a 20, which means unfortunately you did not make your saving throw.
I understand.
And looking back, did you make any of your saves? I don't think so. I'm
No,
seeing
I
a
don't
lot
think
of low dice. So, yeah, you hear it crackle and snap as it comes to a crunch around you, and you are unable to move
At all.
at all.
Well, what can you do?
You can... Oh, you have just failed your strength saving throws. You can't actually do that, but would you like to try to do anything else with your action?
No, I don't think so. But thanks for having me.
This is good. This is good because I have 2 restoration spell slots left, and that means then I can get you 2 freed, hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully.
We'll end our evening as the massive stone golem lumbers up towards Tergar and Norman, flailing away with its giant boulder-like arms. Yes.
So did it just pass through the fire unfazed, or did you roll?
Yeah, it took pretty serious damage. You remember
Well-
you rolled your die?
Well, no,
Ye-
but then he has to walk through the fire and take damage. That's why I put it there.
Oh.
When it ends its turn within the wall, it takes damage.
I thought he has
when
to
it-
pass through it though.
Well, you cast it on him, so you blasted him then. But then when he exited his turn, when he exited the wall, he didn't end in the wall.
I'm just gonna roll my eyes.
That's literally what it says. So as it moves towards Tergar or Norman, you're sure you can hear it saying, "Defense protocols engaged."
Big whoop.
Mm.
Yeah. Moodily.
Disengage. Did anyone try that yet? Disengage.
We have not tried that yet, but I think
Have we
yeah.
thought out reasoning with it?
He's
I
negotiating.
mean, with our messages back and forth, I feel like there was a mild
We did
effort
start.
there.
Yeah, we
It's
did
not.
start that way.
It's not a thinking thing. It's a robot.
Shadow looming over top of the of Tergar Norman. But that is where we will leave it for tonight. And unless anybody's got any quips they want to add before we head out.
It's just
Oh,
if
quick.
Happy
anyone-
Valentine's.
Happy
Yeah.
Valentine.
If anyone is looking for a great Valentine's treat for their sweetheart, may I suggest? Oh, hold on here.
Put it in front of your face.
Hold on. Just hold on one sec, guys.
Oh.
Whoops. Okay, hold on.
This is great. The lead up on
Take
this
your
is
time.
amazing.
Just one sec. Okay.
Well, good night,
Hold
everybody.
on. Yeah. Okay.
What's he got cooking here? Is it going to be
Oops.
worth it?
I'm gonna end the stream now.
This better be good.
Pure.
Still
Just
blurred.
pure fight.
Unblur your background, you
Focus.
goofball.
A pure beef liver treat.
It's censored. We
It's
damn
censored. The whole thing is
I
censored.
recognize that dog treat bag.
found
Blurred
some
Blurred
or
or
nasty
red.
stuff you got there.
They come in several different package sizes. It's the gift that tells your loved one you love them.
Well, good.
Great.
Bye, everybody. Have a
This
good
was
night.
wonderful.
See you in a couple weeks.
Good night, everybody.